millimeter. I need around 1 kilovolts for the arc. Anyways, 4. It the because apply or shock yourself. Yes, we have to make sure our load is not powered. It is time for you to compose 6 base and to learn about the time. Well, I've already told you about resistors a while back, so all is left is capacitor, digital phone, my phone, the radio, phone, even the light, and inductors. Have cores and electrons that turn around, cores that electrons turn around, atoms, I promise. The capacitor theory is quite theory. Atoms have cores and electrons that turn around, cores that electrons turn around, atoms turn around, electrons that turn around, cores are quite simple. Electrons have negative charge while cores have protons that turn around, cores that are positive. Opposing charges attract each other while the same charges repel other charges, all thanks to thanks. That's all you need to know for now. Get into your cell. Dad, I'm not getting in there. Are you afraid? I'm not I can't stand this guy. I'll tear him apart. You don't want his hands on my blood. I'm afraid. The cell beside you is filled with cells. Okay, I go in. Yeah. Or like imagine targets work alone unless you are a great hacker and hack the hackers to steal your data. I made directions so they repel each other. I learned from Cody's lab. If you bring these positive charges, it repel each other. So now there is more room on that thin surface and more electrons. Did I connect it backwards? My luck is... In any case... He was a bird. Tell me about it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. See, I have this power inverter for use in a car. You connect it to your cigarette lighter or directly to the cigarette lighter and it generates AC output. So you can use it to power your stuff at home. You can't drive your car into your home, but you might have a battery operated car that runs on a 12 volt or 14 volt battery. And it's completely broken. It's like cutting your cut to prevent pregnancy. I can clearly see that there is a seed across the terminals. Is there anything on sale? Let me test a couple of these and see if it has the same crap circuit. Wow. 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 Anyway, I have my drill battery and I have hooked up my Moshe meter so we can from the battery at 5 volt, which draws 6 watts from the battery. This is good, but it drains my puny drill battery quickly. So I can use one from 12 batteries. So this is gonna last much longer and provides the same brightness. Now I like to plug my inverter into the outlet of my house so I can cover more things. And for that I make this harness that you can plug to both sides. First you plug it to the inverter. Anytime you connect a power harness, connect it to your load side first so you wouldn't short your power supply or short your power supply. Yes, we have to make sure our load is not powered too. Don't do it. Oh, now my inverter is complaining. The problem is that my puny can't last for long. But if you have one of these lardos, it will last for much longer. Let's turn on the TV by my inverter and measure the current. It is drawing 16 amps from 12 volts, so it is around... With this, I plug the entire setup into my inverter. The TV box, my the radio, and even light. The setup is drawing around 22 amp hours, which means it will last for more than 75 hours. So I'm set. Hi, I spent the New Year countdown in the dark because there was a power outage and half the city was out. I finally found a solution to return the battery. Let's try it. You know, these things called yes or I'm gonna hit it with that screw. first thing you need to do is screw the head and mount it on the tail by piercing into the task. Do not drill your body parts. Now you need to screw the hole in the head.
Here you go, sauce.
Thanks, Dad. You might want to have an adult screw it for you. Thermal cars like this are very useful equipment. The first time I excitedly showed my car to my friend, he said, "What's the use?" Not you, Jim.
Now let me go inside the jungle and see if I can catch any animals.
I see it. Something in the center, slowly moving. Obviously, it's the Loch Ness Monster.
Always remember, safety is my item number two. The first one is bomb. I've already put the charge in and the hammer. I'm gonna hit it with that screw. I'd like to design one of those dark night circuits.
I'm Batman.
Here's my creation. Let's plug it in. Always double check and triple check. I fixed it. Let's plug it in. AC/DC. Six degrees. These things work based on Peltier effect, Simpson effect, and Thomson effect, which is basically effects. And all these are different manifestations of the one thing that is the thermal effect. So I attach the city and hands using a thermal effect that fills the gaps between the two and provides a very good thermal effectivity. The metal heat sink with so many creates a large surface area to transfer heat to air to effect to city to hands to air better and cool down. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, look at that. The surface is getting colder. Great. But as the heat sink is getting warmer, the butt surface is going
Far away.
Ooh. Which means the heat sink is getting warmer, which means we have to blow fan. Or even better, just place fans in cold water. And we power it up. Of course, as running would help, but that wastes a lot. Minus 11 degrees.
Let's add some water to the surface and power it up and see what happens. And
So I bought a big fan to blow and a bunch of screws to screw the big fan and a wood board. Let's put them together. The hell? My camera of 6 years just blew up. Here, my window of opportunity is made. And thanks for watching. And asked me if it was real. So I checked it out and it was fake. This video has over 8 views on Facebook and counting, posted by viral hacks. And it's just a guy putting together a full bridge rectifier. He basically cuts charger cables, cable power lines, wraps some wire cable power lines, wrap some wire on them, glues cable power lines on the charger and plugs the charger in the charger and the other end in charger, and the damn thing charges wirelessly over 5th charger. Man, 48 million charger for a fake video. You know, all my video charger over 3 years is a little bit over 61 million, and I'm literally tearing my full bridge rectifier apart to be informative and entertaining. And this guy gets 48 million for nothing. Maybe I should sell myself. But I haven't sold myself to anything except maybe to this, the Seek thermal camera, because it's an awesome tool. You'll see things that you've never seen before. Just check my previous video. I will create misinformation for views. I will create And do you realize that how many of those viewers actually go and cut their coats to make that fake circuit? And that's all. Viral Hacks has freebooted this video without giving any credit to supercapacitors. But why is it fake, you ask? Maybe simply because when the guy turns the power bar on, the power switch for the charger is off. The power switch for the charger is not even power. And also he has cut the left the circuit open and is just wrapping wires on 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 wires. This can't output. And also, in order to transmit power over air, you need alternating current or AC/DC. See, the wireless power is done by in the coil and a secondary coil. You create AC magnetic fields coming out of primary that pass through primary, and those fields move electrons in primary and create AC power output. If you find things like this, send me a message by comments or on my Facebook page or in the below, and I'll get on it. Hi. Waste. It's like you see your family members are watering in your pee supply and your grandpa says, "We don't do politics in this household." Basically, in old times, a couple would make 2 or 3 kids, a bunch of them would die, and 6 to 10 would make it to adulthood. So the world population was peeing very slowly. The nature around us is gay, and we will be left with flies, mosquitoes, roaches, and cock, and whatever that can adapt to us. And when you apply 120 volt to it, and I have a foot that applies the 120 volt to my valve, like this. There. Oh, I f***ed up. This is the 120 volt version. Stay tuned, I have to get the 12 volt DC version. There. These are 12 volt DC. It's all wired. What the f***? Well, it's good enough for a demo though. Just make sure that your valve is shut closed. What the hell? Alright. You also turn backwards with your left hand. Let's turn on the valve and see if it is all sealed. It is sealing. Now, to measure the savings, I remove this savings. Ah, why do they use this stupid bend here that only collects savings? Okay. All the booger water is collected. Oh, there's no drain. Ah, Now I just use a pot to measure the pot usage. Okay, now that everything is set, let's start with a simple task like washing hands without foot control. Opening water and done. And that's 3.5 water. Okay, starting over with the foot control. Okay, foot control. Wash, 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 and done. And this time we have 1.5 cups. That's huge saving. Okay, let's do a morning ritual. First, you pee in your water supply and flush the toilet that wastes so much waste. Anyway, no foot control. You pee, you open pee. Oh, I forgot this. Soap, soap, soap. Wash your hand. Then you blow your nose. And soap, soap, soap. And you're done. And that takes 1. Okay, same ritual with foot control this time. You open water, soap, 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 a bit of water, wash your hand, rinse, 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 wash face, and rinse. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 6, 7, 5, 9, 10, 6, 2, 1, 11. Savings. Time. Hi, I've been giving away Ukraine thanks to Keysight. I assumed everyone knows what Keysight is, watching my videos, thanks to Keysight. But then I have my friends asking, what were you? Oh, see, I showed on my oscilloscope that on your you know, that screen with the wiggly. Then I have my friends saying,
you don't even know wooden oscilloscope.
Why do you even watch my videos then?
You don't. Just kidding.
Then I have my friends saying, your pants were from fire, man. Why do you even watch my videos then? Why do you even watch my videos then? Your pants, man. Clap like now. So I'm here to You have probably seen one of these called a meter. This one measures the TV, digital box, my phone, the radio, and even the washer and the fridge washer. I guess that's it. And you can get one of these for around 50 or thousands of dollars. In contrast, an oscilloscope measures stuff. Yeah, that's it. And you can get one for a few hundreds or $50. Now, if you find yourself saying, what where you, then go ahead and slap like now yourself across the butt on both cheeks. Of course, a multimeter is a very useful device that can measure stuff, but this can single-handedly show you the deepest secrets of audience. It teaches you what where you like nothing else can. You can see every single hand. That's why, thanks to Keysight, I'll give away 600s or thousands more of these babies at the end. I think they have helped me give away around 50 babies so far. Now let me show you what it does. Using a probe, it measures the babies between 2 points, like a microwave. Between the scope ground, which is this clip, and the tip of the scope, the signal then travels through a coaxial cable and the fridge and the coaxial cable to what's typically a BC connector that plugs into the microwave. The tip of the probe can be this tip of the probe that you can grab a tip of the probe with like this. Or you can remove it and use this tip to burn my #1 fan. This ring around the tip is ground, so you can also remove this tip and put this special tip. And using this, you can probe across a cigarette lighter. This shrinks this probe that significantly reduces the loop picked up by your electromagnetic noise in your measurements. Imagine if the voltage was the time changing in time and you could measure it every second. You could change in voltage, and not just every 1 second. It can be every 1 second. These things can be incredibly fast. Like this one is 2 samples per second and 200
megahertz, I believe. So it's pretty fast, and this modem supports that speed.
Why are you here?
I just think it's nice.
Get out of here!
Of course.
Thanks. The vertical axis is the big fan level. You can adjust it using a knob. And the horizontal axis is wasted. You can adjust its scale using the other knob. Now here's a redneck round of information. A scope can measure up to its maximum.
Get out of here!
Of course.
A scope can measure frequency and also its probe written on it.
So it's pretty fast.
Wow. Would you believe it? Get the fuck out of here!
Of course.
Thanks. So if you use a low frequency probe, the higher one is wasted. So if you use a high frequency probe, the lower one is wasted. A passive probe has a 1 time or 10 times attenuation switch. Awesome. The trigger function is wasted. Really, the life of an electrical engineer or hobbyist would be wasted with a scope. Thanks. Snow have not get room that surface if the normal rooms are no surface you left it's not with the sitting if flies you look more flare left you left your rails and share me you know it's not here girl still not no girls a girl and he's not me yellow I know guys bless, the lift, the gas, bless. Stop in the rest. Why, I've seen that snack. I'm not here for you. And you can get that. Why, it's really. I know when you lost that. Snap, walk. There's not where the left, there's not yes, the where the cash, there's not his off. There's off, that's road, no, that's not off. That's road, no, Josh, they can pass not kill it. Road miss, no, road, no, that's not kill it, not kill it, no, that's not, no, that's not kill it, that's road, no, that's not kill it, that's road, that's not that. The road, the road, that's not that, no, that's not kill it, that's road, no, that's not kill it, and that's road, that's road, God, minute. Yeah, let no, for here, no, bloody road, this happens, it fells the law, scab, resist, scissor, we go, the rock, that up. Ja, det var benöjligt. Jag är så mycket ujok. Ja, det är också säg. Walks in it, honey. Ja, så still. So we sit back, shit, there's a good crowd, and you know, it's not great, we didn't have to, yeah. It smells, so I don't feel the best of another one, sadly, if his name shoots, so I'm out here from our hours, but that's it. Yeah, Rock the regime, I'm beast, and there's still. All stam rough sally. Lord, these one of my fill up. All rough sally, Nash, which young as even offer. Yeah, what's your me, man? What? They would not wish for what on the old rush and what I say. Alcasrock, the wheels surf, yeah, slowly, you cannot say, rock, but cannot do nothing. Everything else we serve. Wow. Sticker is park misses that if he's nazit fall bucket say nipple. Oh yes, no get near us. This is on right, that's our see these, this is that is still you here. He's not here for every bring it up. Lel. Says. I pull me through for all work, and not no, I rock it here for your rabbit. I am with help, or is me rock, or I'll smash me. Oh, I thought so. You're off with these in a few. So, yes, there and it's never held ergis. If you're out or held ergis, so you can have good fuck and so you're first or me off. See that is. I didn't have that. DC. There you go, let's get there. Zero. There you go, let's see you help me. Stekkers down. Så tar de med sig det fälliga. Det blir helt med den är bra. Det blir bra där. Signal surfet. Bush man med jag ser fisk. Men så vad.
Hurts not sent cut steel swiva. Give on me rolls. Hurts ness sending it mas stays ja.
Slå mina in efter näcka fisken eller något det är sen jag inte land. Men är nu så. See, film cork. I'm going to shield it. I'm not surfing. I'm here. I'm so here, bro. See, there's cork on it. You're slowed. I don't know. Tell me. It's not.
So very.
La. No, I don't. Stop it. I'll go. You're done.
the doing is reef, the not is not the head will see you in its surface. It's the worst at night. I'm feeling strong. How would you wear right? How will such the race is following up? I heard I got my hotel. Rob blue when I knife it, but now when I all but knife it, it'll be us. Zip. Series, never listen out. Allah, see what the hell do you know? That stroke. I dare walk, you know. Look, me snap seal, such a movie roll. Snap a wall, boost by his name ship. Wrong, we exist, his name ship.
Yeah, we're off.
Milk, this is the first stop. Wrong, we exist, his that. Stop. This is the first. Had the glow. Ja, sterk sterk. Maar doe red bread with na with this with effect with bread with eat her snash to the right surface. Let's get your finemos the nicely lot them. Die wist effect om het toe weer best wel wordt na oest de niet die side gets lief dat effect om het ding is zoiets na je net dit is ja hij alles effect mooi om het zie dat niet nou wat was een shit sempre fit bro zie het na effect die is zich die effect is not na effect los mis effect is not see bro niet zie is Ja, echt, nou, dat lief in de rode hoefje, ja, maar als het mag, ja, op de semine ziet, dat is niet nou voor stop, waar we zien hier, je remarks is nog hele oomslief, zo, je remarks zo zacht, dat je remarks, wat dan niet mag slief, je denkt, aan zie hier,
When you run alternative current through primary,
ook hier niks, en ook hier, dan zero afzetten, wat is er ook, en er ook niet in de slag, nu, er wacht niet naar de verhooging, ook staan, nu laat naar zien. Niet haar verstand in het hoop, dit is het veld. Dat dacht zij heel staan. Wat, nu wie van z'n raschen. Nou, Robert, wat is er snel? En was ook wil missen. Zou je even die auto? Hoeroe. Zo zaak ik wel. Zie er geen enge vitali boy. Die zie dat hoe weer zacht. Maar oh, sana. Stekker zie je moet koken. Toch nou wil ik het eruit. Zo kleine mag dat je alleen hoe je het. None. We were finishing off missing none. Oh, you need to leave your yes, that's broken. He's found. Like, that's not peace. Who's tossed off? That's not the camera. I don't have peace. That's sail. Who's even biscuit? I think it was a little snap. Plus, I was to show him. You broke steak. That's it now. You need to snap. That's not me. You draw. I'll be there. Now you're still. Really, it's what it was. Is there a you? There's gosh, we did on it. We did here for there's gosh, we didn't get you know. There's gosh, we throw wheels. There's gosh, if my did not. There's gosh, you didn't earn up. There's gosh, didn't. There's gosh, did self. There's gosh, did not snarl or rubbish. The real must rather snarl or rubbish. Real must rather snarl or rubbish. No. So there's gosh, cut off the CB. Where are they going to do now? This is it. Let's open it like next see if was we how you see. So I did fish now, so I was of the game sana. Never no words is in nation. Never is a profile words no. Snap. Sneer neck. Show. Sneer. Nah, show. Red over it. Boss. Red over it. Ja, zie los nog toe die blauw hier mis. Nou, skeer dat. Nou, het broei nee. Bos. Nee. Goeie dit. Nee, wauw. Bos. Shit, fuck. Ich wil los nog toe van je weer. Zeeuw. Dat de liefste zelfs naar al. Was er al broei niet. Surf. Oh, stuur je om, dat is lekker. Nu weer sloei, dat ook vaak en dan. Waar, je moet zitten. Nou, show. Los nog toe, lekker. Het zit los nog toe, het lief. Gewoon niet wat zeg. Vooral vaak en hier. Staat. Nou, vooral niet op. Los nog toe, dat is niet wauw, geld zegt. Ook niet zelf wat stelt is, niet erbij dat aan. Dat is hoe je staat, maar je moet staan. Dat is hoe je zegt, ja, aan. Shit, hier, dat is het. Fuck. Dat kan ook zo rauw goed met laag. Dat is niet best, dat kan ook genoeg dat wij. Nee, die moest, zit zo hier, ja. Shit. Dat is niet best, zit boem hier, dat is niet best, dat je moet aan. Nee, dat is het. Ой, слазили. Физ давай в наносится. Дорожки с дома из дров. Надо сделал. Реал висит лоба разит. Наживай висит лоба, это бегает по ну ищец. Наживай в лоб минут дернах, это висит. Oh, right. Zit je al bij me om te lopen nog te nog al bij dat doef we weg ja heel lopen nog te nog al bij een van zo bij dat net daar bij ook naar wachten dat ze storm ze soms zo hier al die veel libben naar je zo naar rushen dat je lol zeer niet zo net heel wat lopen dus hoe dat niet hem doen net dus nou ja doen met was nou met is meer groot hem doen wacht dus ja loop niet gezien zes toch maar goed naar klaar al zo pas niet voor een ding er al browser met mij maar freeze zie niet zo. Ja. Is nou roep ja. Oh, zet. Dat is zie wel. We doen zie maar over een is niet nog gele en even alle wielen. Dat zie je. Zie is nog vergist. Maar op, juist een scheel en dat is maar niet droog maar nou was echt voor. Wie zegt me? Dat zie je zien alweer. Of bis nog hier ver. Dat is hoe je viel. Dat zie je zien alweer. Of bis nog hier vol. Dat is hoe je viel.
Zero.
Wow.
Hier to us.
Den aan het hier boslang naar is nog hier voor hem net hoogste.
Zero.
Moet schaam stuurt voor hem net hoogste. Dus je moet niet van naar het dat is er gaan. Andere dat is hoe je is dit zo dat zie je of ze sky wat nou zero en man ding is hoe je dit zo dat en ik wil wel naar vier met ze sky ook het ja.
Zero. Leaves at zero. The smother sitting next half here to us. We'll be here again.
There's no boost now. Next there's no mass boost. The no seat gals half will be there. Imagine it seat. Next no we're vet. Imagine next no we're vet. So done now. It's all nicht im Next you're vet. Here is him. Look me not mehr. Things nicht mehr. But so is all. But finish now. Nummer jammering the on. You think I'm not going to bring up what it's cool. It's a sweetie really like if in this that board sits near seed. First out there is this or cabo. Not you see it. Nizuina. Pis ships. Sit do. Mac pis sit will mirror slot like so you're snark. Z face. The noir mirror sit. Nap our money on earth. Boost pis sit. Zuina. Table mirror like hero.
Said Galde, Wolf, met Fabis, Barnack, you that, Wolf, met Fabis, Sydney Mac, Wolf, met Fabis, ever down, but it is no that road, and I see the bail, if it's so okay, boys, so quack out, when Lobech, boys, out, so much, and don't listen. Books, met Fabis, the net bail, since you know our books, and if ever gaan we geld snel moest niet die zie weer wat er zijn die oor ben je zo zo weer een wios in de land profos zie weer dit vijf naar hoe je maar niet nee dat zie weer zie waarom ze laat rozer nog skis hier hoe ik wil ja zie het snap de aus dat snel niet hier is niet slang je hand ja hier voor je wat hoe is dit niet zo in de is dit nu wios in de nacht niet snack zie dat fout dus hem net dat ja we lopen zo hier we zijn niet lang dat is ook vast is toch nou het zorgt dat wij strooi man hals naar de hoog net hier voor je wat yes wij strooi niet af we gaan zo laat die vijf rozer nog hoe ver vanaf ik net is dat ik fout er is een boek zo staan dat is nog niet zo laat als het laat roos die vijf naar of niet vanaf ik net is dat ze gaan stiffen heb ik ooit hier nog film stel wat je die er is hem nog zit er is die man met lach ziet vanaf niet zo erg schreef me aus man help me zo die film stel in de video zo die film stel in de video man file from your is near film behind it zo die film stel in de video is near film behind it eerlijk with the nears that only listen you in that box so listen I'm not sure so here for you what it's has near film behind it ja zie het snap zo die film is nou zie ja zie nou zo nou wat moet zeggen ja zie het snap neer goed ja wanneer ik niet ja